Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The webinar starts in 3, 2, 1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We are pleased to welcome all of you to the international webinar organized by Universitas Aki. I'm Anastasia Giono, and I will be the master of ceremony for holding this event. First of all, we are delighted to welcome the Honorable Dr. Tri Purwani as EMM, as Rector of Universitas Aki, the Honorable Mrs. Yani Prihati, SSIM.Com, as Vice Rector for Academic and Research Affairs of Universitas Aki, the Honorable Mr. Alexander Darmawan, STM.Com, as Vice Rector for Resources of Universitas Aki, and for our speakers, the Honorable Dr. Haris Arizona Ismail, MM.Com, Universitas Aki, the Honorable Professor Bobur Sobirov, PhD, Samarkand Branch of Tashkent State University of Economics, the Honorable Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi Hasan, University Kuala Lumpur, and we also take this opportunity to welcome the moderator for this webinar, Mrs. Indah Arfianti, SSM.Com. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, let us take a moment to express our gratitude to the Almighty for allowing us to gather here today in good health to share knowledge and experiences. Today's seminar will focus on the theme of digital economic transformation, strategies, and innovations for the future. We will hear from esteemed speakers who are experts in their fields, and I hope this discussion inspires new insights and ideas for everyone present. Our agenda for today includes the following. First, opening remarks. Second, national anthem Indonesia Raya. Third, welcome speech by Rector of Universitas Aki. Fourth, presentation session. Fifth, discussion or Q&A session. And sixth, closing remarks. Without further ado, please join us to listen to our national anthem, Indonesia Raya.
Indonesia, tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu ibumu. Indonesia, kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita berseru, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya, untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Thank you. It's now my deep pleasure to invite the Rector of Universitas Aki, Dr. Tri Purwani, SCMM, to deliver the welcoming speech and opening this webinar. Please welcome Dr. Tri Purwani.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam. The Honorable Vice Rector, Ms. Yani Priyanti and Mr. Alexander Darmawan, Associate Professor Bobur Sabirov from Tashkent State University, Uzbekistan. Thank you for your presence, Mr. Bobur. Nice to meet you. Okay. And Honorable Professor Azmi Hasan from University Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Thank you for your presence, Mr.
Welcome.
Hasan. Okay. Best regard for Professor Nasiruddin from UNIKL, Prof.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, the Honorable Dr. Haris Arisuna Ismail from Aki University Indonesia. Miss Indah Arfianti, our moderator, and all esteemed participants of the international seminar. Good afternoon, and may we all remain in good health. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to the Almighty God for His abundant blessing that allow us to gather today for the international seminar, a collaborative event between Aki University, UNIKL, and Tashkent State University in Uzbekistan. Our theme, Digital Economic Transformation, Strategy and Innovation for the Future, is timely and critical. I hope that the seminar will be both successful and beneficial for all of us. I'm honored to join such esteemed speakers and dedicate participants. First, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to first Associate Professor Bobur Sabirov and Prof. Azmi Hasan. Thank you for your collaboration and willingness to participate, even virtually, to share your expertise. I look forward to welcoming you in Semarang one day. And to Dr. Haris, Miss Indah,
Okay.
and L member of organizing them for the meticulous preparation and making this event possible. Today's theme, Digital Economic Transformation, Strategy and Innovation for the Future, is highly relevant in our rapidly changed world. Digital era has reshaped almost every aspect of our life, especially the economic sector. This transformation is inevitable. It calls for a strategic response. And key point in understanding this digital economic include first, the potential of the digital economy to create jobs, increase productivity, and broaden access to service. Second, challenge we must address, such as the digital divide, cybersecurity, and regulatory gaps. Third, essential policies and strategies that governments should adopt to stimulate digital economic growth. And fourth, innovative technologies that are accelerating the digital economy, including artificial intelligence, big data, and the IoT. And the last, the importance of collaborate between government, private sector, and academic to foster a sustainable digital economy ecosystem. Additionally, several current issues remain pressing, include the pandemic impact, e-commerce, fintech, data protection, and artificial intelligence. I hope this seminar serves as valuable for sharing insight, and innovative ideas. Let us work together to build a digital economic future that is inclusive, sustainable, and beneficial for society at every level. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. God bless us.
Thank you. Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Mrs. Tripurwani, for the very warm welcome and opening this webinar. The international webinar, The Digital Economy Transformation, Strategies and Innovation for the Future, is officially open. Now, let's move on to our presentation session. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Haris Arizona Ismail, MMM.Com, Professor Bobur Sobirov, PhD, and Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi Hasan as the speakers, and Mrs. Indah Arfianti SSM Hum as the moderator for the session. Now, let's join me in welcoming Mrs. Indah Arfianti SSM Hum as the moderator.
Thank you, Ms. Anastasia, to introduce all of us. Good afternoon, all. The Honorable Director of Aki University, Dr. Tripurwani SAM, the Board of Aki University, the Assistant Rector, the Dean, the Head of Bureau, the Head of Study Program, distinguished participants, and also the great pleasure for the great speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Indah Arfianti. It is such a pleasure for me to be the moderator for this international seminar. And then thanks for Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi Hasan to be pleasure to join with this international seminar. Good afternoon, Professor.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Okay, and then I also want to greet the Associate Professor Bobur Sobirov, PhD. Good afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, and then also the last one is our another speaker is Dr. Haris Arizona Ismail, MMM.Com. How are you, Dr. Haris?
Yeah, thanks. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. I hope that all of us are in a good condition for today. Okay, so it is such a pleasure for me to be the moderator for this international seminar. And then for today, we are going to discuss the interesting issue with the digital economic transformation, strategies, and innovation for the future. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, first, I would like to read a brief introduction to our speaker. Okay, I'm going to share to all of you the brief introduction of all of the speaker. The first speaker will be Dr. Haris Arizona Ismail, MMM.Com. And then his working experience are as the Dean of Informatics and Engineering, Aki University, Semarang, since 2012 until now. The Dean of Economics and Business, Aki University, since 2017 until 2023. The Commissioner, PT Kanca Musikindo Bandung. And then the Director of CIFEM Makmur Alam Sejahtera Semarang. And then for his educational background, he got his Bachelor of Economics Management from Trisakti University, Magister of Management from Trisakti University, and also Magister of Computer from Dian Nuswantoro University. And then for his doctoral degree, taken from Economic Science Management Diponegoro University. And then the second speaker, this is the brief introduction of Professor Bobur Sobirov, PhD. Next. Yeah, his working experiences are as the Associate Professor at Tashkent State University of Economics, Samarkand Branch, Uzbekistan, until present. The Supervisor of Master Students of Silk Road International University of Tourism and Cultural Heritage, as Marketing Manager of Emir Demir Family, as Human Resources Manager of Brilliant Foreign Language Education Center, as Editorial Board Member of American Journal of Economics and Business Management. And then for his educational background are the Bachelor of Tourism at Samarkand Institute of Economics and Service, Uzbekistan in 2015, Master of Tourism and Hospitality at Master of Tourism and Hotel Management at Samarkand Institute of Economics and Service, Uzbekistan in 2017, PhD on Economics at Samarkand Institute of Economics and Service, Uzbekistan in 2021. And then now he is taking postdoctoral research as an advanced studies. And then for his professional experiences are academic leadership, research grant, publication, books, and journal. And then this is something interesting about Professor Bobur. He has already got award. Yeah, the first one is the best keynote speaker at international conference, young scholar of the department at 2023, leader on station of the Google Scholar at university, the businessman of the year at Samarkand district, honor teacher of the year, Silk Road International University 2023. And then for our third speaker is Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi bin Hasan, MIM, professional engineering. His working experiences are as the Deputy President for International, Industrial, and Institutional Partnership at University Kuala Lumpur or UNIKL, as the professor since 2015 until now in Electrical, Electronic, and Automation section at UNIKL, Managing Director of German-Malaysian Institute, the Director of Office Science Advisor to the Prime Minister, Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation, Malaysia. And then his specialization is manufacturing engineering, AI and optimization, computer-aided manufacturing, computer-aided process planning, radio frequency identification, and Malaysia microchip. And then his educational background are Certificate of Manufacturing Technology from Airedale and Wharfdale College, Leeds, UK. Bachelor of Engineering Honors in Manufacturing System Engineering in 1991 from Department of Manufacturing Engineering, Leeds, Beckett University, UK. And then his PhD in System Engineering in 1997 from School of Electrical, Electronic, and System Engineering, Cardiff University. And then for his professional experiences, you can see from the slide that he has already has a lot of 8 industrial project and achievements, 12 research projects, 17 scientific awards on innovation in Malaysia, Geneva, and Korea, 4 patents, 51 publications, 82 national and international proceedings, and then the last one is 18 certificate of appreciation. I think before I introduce all of the speaker, I say that I'm going to inform you a brief introduction, but I think it is not brief. Yeah, it is such a long introduction. Yeah, because there are a lot of working experience from our honorable speaker. Okay, before we start the discussion or presentation session, I'm going to inform you how to run this workshop. Okay, before the presentation begin, the first speaker will be Mr. Haris, and then he has 30 minutes to do a presentation, and then after Dr. Haris, it will be continued by Associate Professor Bobur Sabirov, and then the third speaker will be Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi Hasan. After all the 3 speakers have do a presentation, and then there will be a session for question and answer, and also a discussion for all of us. So for the participant who wants to ask a question to the speaker, so you be patient, because we have to wait all of the speaker finish their presentation, and then the question and answer will be taken for 45 minutes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Dr. Haris Arizonia to present the material for about 30 minutes. Dr. Haris, Arizonia, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Linda. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Haris Ismail. I am lecturer from Aki University. It is an honor for me to be a speaker here. How are you, Professor Asmi? And also, how are you, Professor Bubur? And of course, for Directorate of Aki University, Putri Purwani, and also Pak Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Actually talking about our topics today, I will share several slides for you all. Okay, hold on, please. About strategies and innovation for the future. Okay. Actually, talking about this topic, this is nowadays is very hot topics, because talking about digital knowledge is not only talking about Indonesia but also the other countries. So I think this is very interesting if we can compare maybe between Malaysian and also Uzbekistan, and we can see from many perspectives that we can boost our strategy and innovation for reaching the good future for our digital economy. Okay. Yeah. Next. Okay. So talking about digital economy, what is the meaning of digital economy actually? I remember the first time when Don Tapscott in 1996 say that the digital economy is the age of network intelligence, where it is not only about the networking or technology, smart machine, but about the networking of humans through technology. So that combined intelligence, knowledge, and creativity for breakthroughs in the creation of wealth and social development. Okay, I think this is the first definition by the expert, and I think we can get it from what is the meaning of that aspect actually. And then from Deloitte, he said that the digital economy is the economic activity that results from millions of everyday online connection among people, businesses, device, data, and process. The backbone of the digital economy is hyperconnectivity, which means growing interconnectedness of people, organizations, and machines that results from the internet, mobile technology, and the Internet of Things, IoT. Okay. Next. Okay, so how about the examples of these cases actually, which is make our lives easier. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, we talk about e-commerce. Okay. Okay, next e-commerce maybe for the examples. Next, click. Okay, this one. So I think in Indonesia, e-commerce today is growing up, which is like many marketplace here in Indonesia. And I give the example from Indonesia, of course, because this is very popular here. Professor Asmin, also Professor Sopo Mubur. We have this. We already know about Shopee, Bukalapak, and OLX and Tokopedia as a local marketplace here in Indonesia. And then we know today's all of the people here in Indonesia, they very delighted to purchase here, okay, in this marketplace, okay. And this is a kind of sample from digital economy here from e-commerce. Okay, next. Okay, talking about financial technology. Next year. Yeah, talking about financial technology means that maybe today we know how we can get loan, you know, and then also how we pay for something that we really like it. Okay, so I mean, like Shopee maybe is very popular in not only Indonesia but also in other country, of course, in worldwide. Okay, so I think this is very for us. This is the kind of the option, you know, to get the money and also to buy something without maybe by debt, by loans, but actually this is it can be an option for us. Okay, like Shopee and Offer and Credit. Okay, like this. Okay, next. No, so how about streaming services? Yes, streaming services is a part of digital economy, and we can say that for the example. Okay, next. Yeah, like Prime Video, Netflix. Okay, maybe among of us knows about this product, right? So I mean, like Netflix and YouTube, of course, the most popular online streaming here. Okay, and of course in worldwide. I think this is a kind of digital economy perspective that we can say that this is all of the people can make the content and also they can watch everything by these streaming services, and this is very interesting for us. Okay, and then of course this is a good things for economy earnings, of course, like that. Okay, thank you. Next. Okay, next. Yeah. Online transportation. Okay, maybe all of you knows about this. Especially in Indonesia, you know, this is very popular transportation mode. You know, so I mean, like Grab is of course is international brand, right? And then Gojek is a local brand, and also Maxim is international brand. But we can say that from these things, from this perspective, actually, transportation online is very popular, and also to get something that we can use in Indonesia and make our life easier to do that. Okay, next. Online education. Yes, online education. So the example next here. Okay, like this. Okay, here in Indonesia, maybe you know all the example of online education like Ruang Guru, you know, and Kuiper as well, you know. So I think this is interesting because you know we can use not directly to teach something someone, but also we can use by indirectly ways, you know, like online by the online. So I think this is as a good choices for us. Okay, next. And of course, this is the most popular. Okay, about social media. Social media. I think everyone has social media, because talking about social media, we talk about anything because we can connect with the others people. We can connect with the people we love, and we connect with everything. You know, for marketing and also for the other business we can use by the social media. Okay, of course, this is kind of digital economic perspective as well. Okay, next. Okay, so how about the tools? If we talk about the tools, okay, maybe this is yeah, make us mesmerizing, okay, like that. Okay, next, yeah. Yeah, this is one. This is the most popular artificial intelligence. Maybe today we know that we can use ChatGPT, you know, to do something, and it makes easier for us. And I think this is very make our life colorful, right? So I mean, people can use not only by the expert but also not the expert as well, you know. So I mean, this is the kind of technology which is it can be dynamically growing up, and also we can use every day and makes our life very easier to do. Okay, next. Okay, so how about Internet of Things? Yes, Internet of Things is as technology as well, because today we know we can use everything like sending the data, not only using by human perspective, but also we can use Internet of Things to do something that automatically, okay, with sensoric things, So I mean, it can make our life easier as well because something we can with real time and also very fast, a response to do to do something. Okay. Next. Okay, this one is about virtual reality, augmented reality, and also mixed reality. I think this is very interesting as well because now we can see something by simulation, like using virtual reality and augmented reality, which is a kind of description about what is it? The something that real, but we can see by something it's unreal like that. So I think this is what one of a kind of technology it will be growing up, and it can be better, and after that maybe in futuristic way we can use it one day, okay, not only by us but also maybe children and also the others people. Okay, next. Okay, how about big data? Big data is a kind of which is the center of the data, because today all of the data is very abundant, so we can treat the data, we can choose the data by our wishes. So I mean, the data is very big, so it can use, and then we can make like data mining, so which is the data is proper for us, so we can choose it and we can make it. Okay, like that. Next. So how about blockchain? Blockchain, yeah, this is one of the coolest technologies, well, because blockchain is kind of what is it? Like, so you can share to the others, okay, and people knowing you all of you by the sequences, by the sequences. Also, people can generalize, and then they can guarantee about the security for each of the chain like that. So I mean, this is very transparent and for the security in a high of the, okay. Okay. Next. Yeah, of course. Talking about importance of digital economy, we can reach more customer because by these devices, by this application, by these platforms, customer can easier to approach with us. Okay, so of course this is a kind of importance of the advantages of the digital economy. Okay, next. So of course, but reducing cost because today we use everything paperless, paperless. No, yeah, we can use everything, without paper, and then of course, maybe we can make a services not only by now hiring places, but we can use from home. Okay, so I mean this is very interesting for digital economy as well. So the importance of digital is second is reduce cost. Okay, next. And of course, improve efficiency, because by digital economy, yeah, you can say that we can do anything, okay, everything, everyone, anywhere, anyhow, okay, 24 hours, okay. So I mean, you can do it not only to go to somewhere, but you can do it by mobile application, and also the others. Okay, I think this is makes our life is very easier and of course improve efficiency. Okay, next. And of course, by the digital economy, the situation today is generates new jobs. Okay, so you can see like online transportation, which is many drivers. To be a driver, I mean that they can share with the guy like a Gojek, and then of course it can make the generation of new jobs. Okay, next, leads to innovation. Okay, of course, by digital economy, it can make more good innovation, and then after that, you can see many kind of innovation like electric mobile and also the others. Okay, next. Okay, talking about digital economy internationally. Next. broaden job opportunities. Of course, this is the first one that we can see the impact of digital economy. Okay, we can get a job not only today. We can see we can be a driver, online driver, and also by the online perspective, by the online way. Okay, so I think not only by offline things, but also we can use by the online way. Okay, like that. Next. Supporting transaction on a global scale, of course. Okay, like today maybe we can use digital money, to buy something. So I think this is very interesting, for our nationally. This government today try to make what it like paying something by digital, and like in Indonesia, maybe like tourists maybe in Indonesia. I think this is very interesting, and of course maybe you can use in the global sector as well. Okay. So like a PayPal, so you can use it later. Okay, next. And of course, the last is training business and economic resilience. Okay, so I mean, our economy can be growing up, and also the resilience and for our country, of course. Okay, the growth of economics will be increasing because this kind of digital economy can be an option for us to make our life very well like that. Okay. Next. Okay, how about in Indonesia? In Indonesia, we have a guidance book called as a White Book of National Strategy. Okay, the Developing Digital Economy in Indonesia 2030. Okay, the book like next. Yes, like this. The book is like you can see the cover of this book, and this is very complete book because talking about any kind of regulation for Indonesia economic digital. Okay. Okay. We can see from the stages, from the phases of developing digital economy here. We start from 2024 actually, and in this stage actually we can see as preparing stages, okay, phases, because this is talking about biggest with improving the basic digital foundation, okay, to ensure that society is ready to transform. Yes, I think today it's the right time to us for showing that the government is very seriously to take toward these things, okay. And then in 2030, you can see this is we're going to transforming phases, okay, because we try to effort to accelerate transformation to create a smart society and business, okay. So I mean this is what kind of the transforming I can explain later about this, okay. So and of course in 2045 we try to achieve to be Indonesia a golden era of Indonesia, which is all of the society here in Indonesia, maybe they can know about the digital economy. Okay, the literacy is very good, and also people knowing about all other things, talking about regarding about something about the digital economy, about the digital economy and the others. Okay, okay, next. Okay, maybe you can see in 2004 about preparing. What is the meaning preparing? What is the content of the preparing? Next. Okay, this is maybe we don't have a vision because we need to try first about the planning the things that we do before that, So that's why at these stages actually this is very this is earlier to do that. Okay. Okay, next. So of course, about infrastructure we have a restricted infrastructure, but that's why we need to know to grow up the infrastructure. Okay, next. Okay, this is the problem as well about the talent, the digital talents, because we need more digital talents to boost our economic perspective. Because as human resources as well, okay, Indonesia need around 130 million for digital talents. Then I think this is quite challenging. Okay, next. Next. And of course, about technology adoption, it is very restricted as well. So because that government is very seriously to take care of this. Okay, so talking about to make fiber optic, you know, to make fiber to build a tower and like that. So I mean this is very challenging, and of course, okay, this is time to be growing up in future. Okay, next. Okay, so talking about consumptive water as well. So this is a kind of prospering because you know talking about consumptive things because we need to make something certain, you know, but talking about society as well. So we have to know about the pattern of these things. Okay, next. And of course the stagnancy of investment because we need to cooperate with the others. Okay, and Indonesia now growing how to make economic growing and then try to be in a stagnant situation. Okay, next. And of course, class adaptive city regulation because many regulation here in Indonesia maybe for implementation we need much more things to do. You know, so I mean like cybersecurity maybe we really need to make our cybersecurity regulation, okay, will be taken, okay, will be arranged so it can be implemented one day with in serious way, okay, like that. Next. So how about transforming, yeah, next. Okay, we need to know to broaden infrastructure to do this. Okay, like you know, maybe we need to make something seriously about like a backbone, you know, for all of region in Indonesia. Okay, next. And of course, digital talents. So I mean, in this section, in this part, actually, digital talents need to be more knowledgeable. Okay, next. So how about production business ecosystem? Yeah, this is a kind of things that we can say that yes, of course, the ecosystem need to be productive. Okay. Next, prosumption role. So it means that we can cooperate with the consumer and also the consumer and also producer because now we can make something different because by this corporation and also about this role we need to make something good to make connection, okay, to make connection between the producer and also the consumer, okay, we can together achieve it. Okay, next. So digital enhancement, yeah, of course. And at this time, we need enhancement for digital enhancement. And next, agile and forward-looking digital regulation. Okay, this is about regulation. So we need to make regulation which is fit in the situation of in Indonesia. I mean, so we can make it by the society, you know. What is the necessity of the society, and then the government take care of that, and then of course after that we can apply the regulation as well. Next. So how about in 2045 in a leading? Okay, first is high quality national infrastructure. Okay, so talking about infrastructure, of course, this is the moment of truth, you know, about the high quality national infrastructure, which is all of Indonesian regional, it can be covered by a good you know, by good tower and also BTS, and we can get connection very fast, very well, very easy. Okay, next. And then after that, abundance digital talents. Of course, at this time, I think the digital talents will get will get more something that we can make it for our society, you know. And this is very useful for us. Okay, about digital talents. Next, advanced business ecosystem. Okay, jadi talking about next, not only for intermediate but also in advanced situation. And next, the Regional Innovation Center. Okay, we have the center to make it innovation. So the government must be taken seriously about this. Okay. Next, adequate investment. Okay, of course this is the important things as well. Next, and then comprehensive digital regulation. Okay. Okay, so talking about that, we have 6 pillars to make our digital economy strategy growing up. First, infrastructure. Okay, so we need a good infrastructure. And then second is we need good human resources. And next, business climate and cybersecurity, research innovation and business development, funding and investment, and the last is policies and regulation. Okay, this is 6 pillars that we can say as economic strategy, which is this is a kind of what is it from government perspective, and also when it can be applied. Okay, that. Okay, so how about infrastructure? Talking about infrastructure, we're talking about how the intervention. Okay, we'll target expanding the reach of the internet penetration, improving the quality of digital infrastructure, and improving edge computing. Okay, so and then next, until now, the government itself has built a number of digital infrastructure, such as the palaparing fiber optic. The name is the palaparing, and also BTS, BTS, to the use of the Satya multifunction satellite. Okay, okay, this is the name of the satellite. Right? So human resources, we talk about intervention, RME targeting formal education, workforce involvement, and lifelong learning to ensure that every individual has skills in the digital era. And Indonesia is predicted to need up to 9 million digital talents in the next 15 years, or 600,000 each year. Okay, okay, this is the data. Okay, from the government. Currently, the government continues to encourage the improvement of people's digital skills to prakerja, digital talent scholarship, to collaboration with private parties such as Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon abroad corporate. Okay, next. Business climate and cybersecurity. Okay, realizing productivity, productive, advanced, and high value added business ecosystem through the digitalization of priority economic sectors such as manufacturing, trade, and agriculture. Okay, and the fourth is next, research, innovation, and development. Okay, this is we try to increase commitment in research and development as well as encouraging a culture of innovation. The government itself has currently also provided support in the term of super tax deduction of up to 300% for R&D activities. Next. Funding and investment, together with related authorities, will open the door to financial inclusion with a target of a financial inclusion rate of 90% by 2024. And the last is policy and regulation. We try to supporting a healthy, fair regulatory and policy ecosystem that is oriented towards consumer protection and national security. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes. Okay. Back to yours. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Haris Arizonia Ismail, for your informative presentation. And yeah, as what Dr. Haris said before, that now we have to develop our skill, because as a lecturer, yeah, we have to follow the technology now, because all of the students now are a digital native. Yeah. So as a lecturer, so we have to do innovation, how to make interesting method of teaching. Okay. Okay, thanks once more for Dr. Haris Arizonia for your presentation. And then for those who want to ask a question to Dr. Haris, you may write down the question in the chat box, or maybe you keep your question if you want to ask him directly. So you may raise your hand at the end of the presentation. Okay, now we go on to the second speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Bobur Sabirov, PhD. Professor Bobur Sabirov, PhD, time is yours.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Yeah, your voice is very clear.
Okay, thank you. So let me share my presentation. So you can see my presentation.
Yes, you can see.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah, thank you for invitation and for MOU between universities, and we are happy to make collaboration from Samarkand. Actually, we have two branches at university. One is in Tashkent, in capital city, and the second one is in Samarkand. Samarkand is a place where Al-Bukhari was born, where many, let's say, people from medievals from religional perspective lived, studied, and did research here. So this place is very important from economic perspective because it is located in the corridor of the Silk Road. So from 13th century to 17th century, Samarkand, you can check from Google, was one of the top destination of the world from economic perspective. And I was born in this city, and I have been doing my research and working from this area. So this is magic place for me, and I have been doing my presentation from here now. So my name is Bopur Sobirov. I am PhD from economics, and today I would like to give information about digital economic transformation strategies and innovations for the future. So according to my slides, I think you can see my share screen, and this is the second slide, yes? You can see the second slide now?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you. So I have been giving information today in case of Central Asia. So how Central Asia, 5 countries nowadays making transformation of economics to digital one. How we are looking forward or ahead for the future. In Central Asia, there are 5 countries, like all of them ending with Istan. Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Kyrgyzstan. So these 5 countries before were like one country in prehistoric time, but now they are independent countries after collapse of Soviet Union. So what is digital economic transformation in these 5 countries? Digital economic transformation encompasses the systematic integration of digital technologies aspect in all sectors. It is reshaping operations, services, user interactions to maximize efficiency, productivity, and accessibility. From presentation by Dr. Harris, I got that he has already given some cases from Indonesia. I have been already many times, thanks to APTC and other friends like Relevant Journal Indonesia as editor-in-chief of many journals. I have visited many times in Indonesia, and I have seen all cases with my eyes, and I have used even Maxim, Grab, or we have the same analogs here in Uzbekistan or in Central Asia. So I have seen that many students using artificial intelligence there in Indonesia in education. The same, we have been pointing as a key aspect using artificial intelligence. And we say that nowadays it is projected to contribute $15 million or $1 trillion in global economy by 2030. And blockchain also is very important, considered to be in the economy of Central Asia in order to get economic improvement and transparency and security in transactions, supply chain, and public records. I would like to emphasize that 3 or 4 days ago, there was a BRICS event in Russia, and even Indonesia participated in this BRICS event. And Putin welcomed many countries and informed about blockchain and given some alternatives of SWIFT transaction and MasterCard transaction among countries who are already member on BRICS organization, and Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore also there, including Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Also, Internet of Things. We should pay attention that increasing connectivity in sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, while contributing $4 trillion in value by 2025. We have been improving e-commerce in Central Asia, while internal penetration growing 13% increase in online transaction by last 5 years. Key drivers of digital transformation also like technological advancements, introducing 5G. I see in Indonesia and in Malaysia, it's already well developed and internet access and connectivity is well. But in order to make transformation of economics to digital one, the major factor is accessibility of internet and making it, let's say, optimal position operation. So Uzbekistan has already introduced it 4G, 3G some years ago, and recently 5 or 7 years ago we introduced it 5G, but now we have been making better and secure connectivity in different locations, even if in suburban areas. Why? Because we would like to make better digital transformation of economics for the future. So we are nowadays covering over 60% of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan urban areas. And we have been using nowadays statistics of customer behavior that 70% of customers, for example, in Kazakhstan, already using online services. So they have already Kaspi. The name of application is Kaspi, and by Kaspi, they're using online transaction. Kaspi is like a Amazon kind of application in Kazakhstan in order to buy, in order to pay online. So this is making government policy has been developing and changing its policy to digital. And so we are calling it Digital Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan's Digital Uzbekistan 2030 strategic program in order to aim modernizing public services, enabling over 90% of government services to be digital by 2030. So if you want to create company, if you want to make, let's say, transaction, if you want to have a document from government nowadays, this is happening in Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Step by step, we would like to make all of them digital. But now target is to cover 90% of all this documentation and policy into economic, let's say, shape. So fundamental terms in digital transformation vivid according to Dr. Harris' presentation, but I would like to give some statistics from my research that I have been doing in these countries like digital infrastructure. From Kazakhstan perspective, it's ranking 35 in global broadband speed league, with Uzbekistan investing $2 billion in fiber optic networks in order to make better connectivity. And this is a statistic that shown that from all around the world, we are on top, let's say, third 10 countries. Fintech also platforms like PayMe and Kaspi, as I said, processed billions in mobile payments, demonstrating rapid fintech adoption. You can check in from internet payme.uz and kaspi.kz. So these two platforms, applications, very well examples of fundamental digital transformation that already happening in these countries. Moreover, we have got government platforms. This is unified portal of interactive state services. and it is increasing 40% by the user in last 2023. So all now actions going on by these platforms. Moreover, we are using and introducing smart cities like in Almaty, capital city from Kazakhstan, and current capital city of Uzbekistan, Tashkent, implementing smart traffic and energy saving initiatives in order to reduce congestion by up to 15%. Cybersecurity also, let's say, estimated 20% annual increase in cyber incidents, making cybersecurity investment essential at different layers. So in all organizations nowadays, we have got department called cybersecurity in order to make better, let's say, economic improvement. So in my next slide, you can see strategies for digital economic transformation and innovation and agility. You can check 75% of Central Asian tech companies have adopted this methodology in order to respond market demands faster. We have been doing investing in digital infrastructure while covering 85% in Central Asia during 2025. Data-driven decision marketing in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan by using artificial intelligence database analyzing better policy making happening in these two countries. Also, Kazakhstan plan to upskill 500,000 citizens in digital literacy by 2025. And all this done by government in order to make better policy support, and this is growing in Uzbekistan while giving encouraging 20% growth in digital companies. So digital companies nowadays giving better incentives in the economy of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. Central Asian cases in Kazakhstan, for example, you can see that it's aimed to boost 1.3% annually through digital initiatives. The boost of GDP can happen in case of Kazakhstan while government, let's say, policy is in the rate of 29 according to United Nations government development index. Smart city, you can see in Almaty, energy management, and it is saving $15 million in public expenses. Fintech growth, like as I said, UCASPI is one of the most developed technology in Central Asia, according to mobile platform. It is now 10 million users using this one. Actually, in Kazakhstan, the population is just 18 million. Population 18 million, but Kaspi is used by 10 million users. It means half of the country using and having access to have a Kaspi. And Kaspi is now very popular, not just in Kazakhstan or Central Asia, but for Russian, let's say, people too. Because after sanctions, Russian, let's say, people don't have access to have a payment for abroad. So they're using fintech technologies from Central Asia in order to make transactions to Europe. So in Central Asian case studies, Uzbekistan also has its own status. 95% of overall services are digital already in Uzbekistan. So in fintech technology, we have our own technologies like Click, PayMe, Uzum. So it's already processed over $1 billion in mobile transactions in 2023. We have got our innovation hubs. This is something different from Kazakhstan case, and we have there 200 startup projects governed as center of incubator center, we say. And in this Mirza Ulugh Innovation Hub Center, we have nowadays many startup projects on digital, let's say, economy. Challenges, we have got challenges also. 30% rise in cyber attacks we have, and for that reason, due to this one, government is paying more attention on these features. So on my next slide, I have given innovations in Central Asia. It's blockchain, digital architecture, fintech growth. We have already given information about this, and our statistics You can see that 40% of rural areas lack access of stable broadband. This is something that we have challenged. We have got over 1,500 cyber attacks reported in Uzbekistan in last year. So this is also bad statistic because our people do not have enough information how to secure their, let's say, platform. I see in Indonesian case, most of people having two mobile phones, two devices with them. One is for transaction, one is for communication. I was surprised, but this is something that we are using in order to avoid cyber attacks, yes, in your country. The role of artificial intelligence in automatization also predicted in very high levels. We are paying attention our most, let's say, features and factors on agriculture because in Central Asia, we have got smart irrigation systems that increased by 15% in Uzbekistan pilot forms. Agro platforms we have got. We have also introduced smart cities in different, let's say, places like Nur Sultan. This is new capital city of Kazakhstan, is saving 20% of the energy by using smart lighting systems. So these cities are very, let's say, global and making modern tactics in order to have better transformation of economics for the future. You can see statistics of broadband penetration in Central Asia in 5 countries. Unfortunately, Turkmenistan is closed country still. Internet penetration is 21%, 1/5 of the, let's say, country is covered. The next positions could be Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, but the most important and well-developed countries are Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, according to the World Bank, United Nations year government survey by 2022. So fiber optic infrastructure expansion, according to my statistics, you can see that we have got different statistics on digital payments, on government adoption, and fiber optic infrastructure expansion. On these 5, let's say, countries, by these 4 statistics, you can see that mostly well-developed countries are Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. The least developing ones, Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, relatively. So Kazakhstan role has increasing in Bitcoin, and according to the Bitcoin mining power, it's host 6% of global Bitcoin data mining power and public services application. You can also check that blockchain could enhance transparency in land registration, let's say, of these 2 countries. We have got our skills, we have got our, let's say, universities in order to develop these, let's say, features like digital literacy is very important. Digital skills of using, let's say, our artificial intelligence kind of applications are very important. So universities are making collaboration. I have been many times in Indonesia, as I said we have been already in Solo and Surakarta, and we had 22 MOU thanks to APTC organization, and I have been in many conferences as keynote speaker, and we have been making transformation of education in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. So we have to think more how we can improve our government role on digital transformation, and the incentives from these, let's say, fields are very important to develop country and to make country easy to make better transformation in last, let's say, 5 years. And future outlook, you can see that we have been also using innovation hub potential in Central Asia in order to make better digital economy, in order to target 95% of rural broadband access by 2020, 2020 and 30. So we have nowadays better atmosphere to make policy in Uzbekistan. If you have any questions, I had some practical, let's say, sessions. Better I will show them while there are some questions. That was my last slide. And if any, let's say, interesting ideas, you are welcome to make collaboration with me. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for Professor Guru Sabiro, PhD, for your grateful and fruitful presentation. And then when Pak Haris discussed about the condition of digital transformation in Indonesia, and then it is related with what Professor Guru Sabiro presented before about the digital transformation in Central Asia. But then maybe we can learn from Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan because there is a potential to be the leader of the digital transformation in the Central Asia. Okay, thanks a lot for giving us some information about that one, Professor. Okay, yeah. Okay, now after the presentation of the second speaker, now we go on to the third speaker, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to invite the third speaker. He is Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi bin Hasan. Professor Insinyur Dr. Asmi bin Hasan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, the moderator, Madam Indah. First of all, I would like to express my appreciations for very kind introductions, and also my appreciation to the organizing committee for inviting us, University Kuala Lumpur, to join this international webinar, and then probably we could share. Is it possible, the organizer, to share my slide before I further my speech? Does the organizing committee have the slide?
Okay, so Professor, you want us to share your slide? Is that
Yes,
right?
please. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Okay,
please.
okay. We are going to manage.
So while we are ready for this, I'd like to express my appreciation to the panels, Dr. Haris, Professor Sobirov from Tashkent State University, and also, of course, the rector for UNAKI, Madam Tri Purwani, yes? Purwani,
Yes.
okay.
Okay.
So before I start my introductions, so I'd like to, express my appreciation again. Myself with Indonesia, this is not strange to me because I used to supervise, I think, more than 20 students, both as PhD and also masters, mainly from Yogyakarta, Semarang, Jakarta, finally from Balikpapan also. Yeah. So so thank you very much. So I would like to share my thought, especially for the this digital economy transformations. Yeah. So if we can go to my next slide on the page on my content.
Yes.
The content page. I will divide my presentation at two focus. One, I will give an overview about what actually we do here in Malaysia as far as the digital economy is concerned. And then the second part, I will discuss about what actually we do here in University Kuala Lumpur. Okay. So go to the next page. So overview on the digital economy, probably already mentioned by the previous speaker, Professor Subarov, and also Dr. Haris. Yeah, we know that the growth of usage of internet. Looking at the data, 4.5 billion people in 2020. This is a big increase or big jump. Of course, we also aware about this what you call growth due to probably the movement control order, we call it MCO, during the COVID-19. Yeah. That particular time, we could see the businesses and also most of the small and medium industries or entrepreneur, they change it to the digitalizations to minimize the disruption in the operations. And we could see, due to the mobility restriction also, increase the utilizations of the digital platform, and also, you know, most of the payment was made from home and so on. Yeah, and then we could also see the multiple sectors rely on the digital services. So as far as Malaysia is concerned, now our aspirations, we would like to transform Malaysia into a digitally driven, high-income nation, and also the regional leader in digital economy. This is basically our vision here in Malaysia. And our commitments, as far as Malaysia is concerned, we are targeting new investment amounting about 70 billions in the digitalization. 70 billion is about 17 billion USD. And we expect by 2025, the digital economy will contribute about 22.6% here in Malaysia. Okay. So this basically just my introductions, you know, as far as the Malaysia is concerned. Can go to the next page. Okay, I will elaborate a little bit on the the new Industrial Master Plan 2030. So it seems that you know, the three countries, Indonesia and also Uzbekistan, what they call, do agree that we need to do something up to 2030. Yeah, this is quite interesting understanding. So as for Malaysia, okay, this is the latest, the Industrial Master Plan was launched end of last year. You know, until 2030, we need to achieve something. So I would like to quote what the current Prime Minister did mention. You can go to the next page. Yeah. So the key portion here in the case of Malaysia, we need to focus to remain on creating high-income nations, skilled workforce. Okay, this is basically the direct relationship to the universities also, and also where basically the people or the rakyat, we call it in Malay, yeah, to prosper and also to flourish in terms of the industries. Yeah. So for our the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, we will provide the integrated plan for resilient industrial development until 2030. So in this case, we setting up the fundamental for future development and also enable the industry at all levels. Yeah, of course, in this case, we would like to position Malaysia to be one of the key player at the economic environment at the global scale. So what actually we do, next page, please. So in this master plan, we have covered a number of important sectors in Malaysia. Yeah, we have identified 21 important industrial sector, one on the priority sector and the other one is the normal sector. Of course, as far as Malaysia is concerned, we will focus on aerospace, chemical, electrical, electronics. This is one of the prime industry in Malaysia, pharmaceutical, and also on the medical devices. And the sector we identified, of course, the digital and information, or ICT, one of the prime sector, the automotive, and also the others. But of course, for this afternoon discussions, we will focus on the digital and also on ICT. So in order to support this in Malaysia, we have a number of important blueprints or the government document that this one is very detailed, and I don't intend to give you a detailed plan, but of course you can actually refer later on. We have a what they call detailed blueprint on each of the initiative. So of course, the one related to our scope for this afternoon, we do have the policy, we call it the industry forward. Yeah, industry forward, national policy on industry 4.0. Okay, this is basically the detailed plan towards the industry 4.0 development. And then we do have the Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint that was launched about 2 years ago, but this is still relevant. Yeah, and also of course we do have the national artificial intelligence roadmap. Okay, it was launched last year. Yeah, so this is basically the thing that I will elaborate a little bit more with you in this afternoon. We go to the next page. And before that, before. Okay. Okay, let me just give you an overview about, of course, Malaysia. Next page, just next page. On figure 3.1, this I took from this NIEP. Yeah, what Malaysia tend to do for the macroeconomic target for manufacturing sector, one of the important sector in Malaysia, we will have the GDP amounting about 587.5 million GDP. Though this is about 200 billion USD. Malaysia is just a small country for the informations, not like Indonesia. Yeah, so we will create, a new employment, about 3.3 million new employment, focused on the value added and also on the high income. This is about the 10% of the whole population of Malaysia. Yeah, this is considered like a small number compared to Indonesia, because you have close to 300 million. So we talk 10% is already the whole population of Malaysia. Yeah. And then the median salary, we do expect in this particular sector will contribute about 4,510 RM. So it's covered almost about 1,200 USD as our median salary. Yeah. So this is a big increase as far as Malaysia is concerned. Next page. So one of the major initiative I would like to stress, a major initiative for this. Next page. So of course, in terms of in our study, we realized the emerging mega trend globally as far as the economic is concerned. There is three main area, but I would like to stress on, of course, one is on the geopolitical shift. Yeah, of course, we talk about the economic security. We also understand at the moment there is a war here and there, especially on not in the Central Asia, but it is on the other side of Central Asia, Professor Sobirov. Yeah, so we need to also aware about these situations. But of course, this is beyond our scope for this afternoon. But I will focus on the digitalizations. Yeah. Okay, as far as the digitalization is concerned, here in Malaysia, just go to next page. If you can scroll down a little bit, yeah. For Malaysia, we do expect the digital economy will grow faster. Yeah. So we do expect in Malaysia, for example, for the GDP growth is about 5% per annum. Yeah, between 2015 to 2018, it was slowed down a little bit because of due to COVID. So the internet economy there was in 2020 it was increased to 11.4 billion USD, and then we do expect this big jump by 2030 up to 61.3 billion economic value for the internet economy alone here in Malaysia. So in order for this to happen, so we need to facilitate the process of the digitalization in public and also the private sector, and we need to also foster the digital talent, of course, and also to promote the digital trade opportunities in this case. So how to get this? I would like to mention next page. So here in Malaysia, we have four important missions. The four important missions to do this. So of course, I will stress on number 2, our discussion later on. Yeah, so we need to take up digital vibrant nations. Yeah, and then we need to digitalize for the whole nation's transformations. So in this case, Malaysia could drive the digital adoption. We need to spur the innovation, they enhance labor productivity, and also unlock the opportunities in the digital frontier technologies. So So how actually we do this? Go to next page. This is basically the detailed discussion. We have even the working plan already for this. So actually what we do, we will expand to high value added activities to accelerate the technology adoptions. We will enhance the industry forward, or basically the industry 4.0 programs to increase the technology innovation. And then we will accelerate the digital infrastructure rollout for the whole country here in Malaysia. And then we will shift away the low skill labor models to multi-tiered levy mechanism for low skill, and we will introduce the automations, especially at the manufacturing, and then we'll provide the new manufacturing license for the automations. It means that we'll give the better incentive for to those who provide the automation technology at the manufacturing. And then in order to spur the technology innovation, we will nurture local technology solutions. It means that we need to inculcate, or we need to encourage more innovation and also new companies to adopt the new technology. And then we need to also develop the generative and also industrial artificial intelligence solutions, yeah, and also to drive the data analytic through a national digital platform for manufacturing. And of course, the fourth one, we need to accelerate the government digitalization and also the integration. Of course, this is, I think, common for most of the country in the world now, including Indonesia and also even to Uzbekistan and also even in Central Asia. This is basically the initiative. So in order to do that, of course, as far as manufacturing is concerned, we will focus on to introduce a new 3,000 smart factories. We will talk about smart manufacturing. It means that this is like a smart automation in Malaysia. And then at the same time, we will establish Malaysia as the generative artificial intelligence hub. Yeah. So in order to do this, of course, in the end of the day, we talk about the talent. So the Ministry of Human Resource, MOHR, and also the Ministry of Higher Education, the MOHI, call it, the higher education, will have the collaboration on the key industry player that will provide the necessary education and also the training program for both public and also the private sector. To next page. So this is about, as far as Malaysia is concerned, I just give in overview what actually we need to do in the Malaysia context. Yeah, of course, if we need to have a bit more details, some of the information basically is available. Yeah, in the public platform, you can actually have a look in details plan here in Malaysia. So come back to the universities, the moderator and also the panels. I would like to just mention what our initiative here in the universities in University Kuala Lumpur. Just for your info, the University Kuala Lumpur, we do have currently we have 12 campuses, and these 12 campuses is not located in one locations, but we are distributed all over places here in Malaysia. If you are familiar with Malaysia, we have a state close to Thailand, and also the state connected to Singapore. So we have 12 campuses throughout Malaysia, and as much as possible, yeah. In fact, all these universities are connected through the digital platform. In fact, we already practice this, connectivity is for the past 20 years. I think some of the meeting that actually we carry out, if the dean of the school need to have a discussion, we are, connected through the online platform for quite some times. Yeah. So in fact, later on we will have another 2 new campuses, very close to Thailand, and also the other one on east part of Malaysia, new campuses. And all these campuses are specialized campuses in the area of aviation, maritime, automotive, digital IT, and so on. Yeah. So as far as teaching is concerned, like I did mention much earlier, some of the activities we already carry out online with the student. This is quite important for me to mention this. In fact, what we need to do now, we will introduce, I will explain a little bit later. We will provide the education globally, okay, using University Kuala Lumpur as the university. So we could offer international online teaching learning, yeah, globally, including, we'll have to invite even from Uzbekistan and also Indonesia. So it means that they don't have to come to Malaysia to study or take the degree from University Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Okay. Just go to next page. Okay. I would like just to share, what actually we do here under we call it the CITC. We rebrand it as the Center for Instructional Technology and Curriculum Development. So in this center, just next page. Okay, so we will ensure the quality and excellence digital teaching and learning in University Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, of course, probably we aware the University Kuala Lumpur, we focus on the technical, vocational education and training. So it means that we are TVET education. Probably for Professor Subarov, this is a model similar to in German. We do have this kind of education in Germany. Yeah, we call it the dual vocational training. So this University of Kuala Lumpur, we are focused toward this kind of setup. Yeah, it means that we are basically hands-on training education, different from the typical university here in Malaysia. And then, of course, so we will empower the educators and also learner to innovate and also excel and leveraging on digital teaching and learning technologies. Yeah. So just go to next page. I do need to go to overview. Okay, so the core function, next page on the core functions. Yeah, core function. So what actually we do, we need to do some innovation in terms of the digital strategies for as far as the teaching learning is concerned. We will, what they call, in fact, already have this, we call it the ODL, the open distance learning. We have book and also the micro credentials. So we'll design the curriculums based on the the online learning, most of it anyway. So and then we have this case. Next page. So we have the digital education and technology unit. We will have the teaching and learning excellence unit, and also the creative and innovative digital unit to carry out the program through online learning. Okay, next page. I just go and skip this particular details. Next, I just to show you the example, what we do here in the university, okay? Go to the UNIKL Open Distance Learning, the ODL ecosystem. So what actually we do here in the university, we will provide all the what they call the ecosystem here at the digital platform. Yeah, even the program owner, the one that handle the academic matters, the one that handle the library, finance, marketing. Yeah, most of it will be on the digital platform. We have a comprehensive system to provide the digital teaching and learning. Yeah. So next page. Next page. This is basically the actual examples ongoing at our school of IT school. Yeah. For example, on this curriculum, advanced computer science. Yeah. The whole curriculum is available on the digital platform. Yeah. Next page. Okay. Go to next page. Even our lecturer also appear in the video. Next. Okay. This is one of the actual the professor is teaching the subject in computer science. So everything is recorded, so we can attend the class through online. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay. Just like the example. So basically, just to show you the real example. Next. Okay, so I come to my conclusion, of course, from final conclusion. Okay, my final statement. Of course, we do understand the digitalizations has to be embedded in our talent development programs. Yeah, and of course, my final statement is about the AI. The artificial intelligence will play a very important role. Yeah, at this point of time, we do expect as far the GDP in Malaysia will increase by 10.4%. Yeah, alone on the AI strategies, yeah, for Malaysia. I'm very delighted because for your info, I was trained on AI in way back in about 30 years ago in the UK. But now I think the actual implementation we can see right now. Okay, this is very big move as far as the digital economy is concerned. So with that, thank you very much. I would like to express my appreciation again to the organizing committee. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for Professor Asmi bin Hassan for your great presentation. And then also you also informed to all of us about how the development of digital transformation in Malaysia. And then I think that the responsibility of the digital transformation is not only focused on technology faculty, yeah, but it should involve all of the faculty. Yeah, because I am from Faculty of Language and Literature, yeah, although it has no relation with technology, but as a lecturer, I have to follow the development of the era, that I have to develop my skill to master the technology. Yeah, okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, after we listen to the great presentation of the three speakers, and then now we go on to the next session. There will be a question and answer and also a discussion session. And then for the first session, there will be three questions from the participant. If you want to ask a question to the speakers, you may raise your hand and you may say your name and then what is the question is, and then to whom the question is addressed to. If you want to ask directly to the speaker, please. Okay, while waiting for the participant who asked a question, when I check in the chat box, there are two questions from Mr. Anton. Yeah, Mr. Anton asked a question to Mr. Haris. What are the challenges faced by Indonesian in general and Aki University in particular with digitalization? And then for the second question is for our speaker, one of the threats in the digital era is intellectual laziness due to easy access to data. How to overcome this? Okay, so because while waiting for other questioner, so I think the speaker can answer this question, maybe starting from Dr. Haris.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, yes, talking about challenging for economic digital actually. Okay, so like I said in presentation actually, if we make it three biggest reason the reason for the digital economy and then quite challenging it first is about infrastructure. So I mean infrastructure is kind of the most important things, the main things actually to make something, to make something very well, So Indonesia, by the data, we still need to make, to build a BTS like that, okay? So in all region in Indonesia, so maybe that's from a general perspective, okay? But we can make it smaller, like here in Aki University. Actually, first thing to do, yeah, we must have a good infrastructure, okay? So it means that if you want to make it grow up and you can get the achievement for that. I think the most important things that you need to prepare on that first, okay? And then the second is about the digital literation, okay? So I mean, this is talking about society as well, talking about the digital talents as well. So I mean, the Indonesian people, we have the fifth, the biggest or the fifth population in Indonesia, in the world, sorry. So I mean, this is quite challenging, to make all of the society. At least they know about the technology, they know about how to use something, to operate something, and then after that, the government must make it seriously this is a kind of a program for the future. And of course, in Aki University, we need to make all of the members here not only for academicians but also for the society surrounding us. I think we need to take care of them as well. Okay, so I think yeah. First, the second is about talking about the literacy. Okay, and then the last is about regulation. The the third is about the regulation. Actually, if we this is very challenging because many regulation here in Indonesia. Maybe we have technology and electronic regulation, but still we need kind of revision to do that. Okay, because not all of the object cannot be put at that. Okay, so we need to make it more seriously. To make like a cybersecurity today is what is the topic of maybe the like a hackers, that ransomware and the others. I think this is very important things to do to handle with this. Okay. I think that's my answer. Okay, maybe from Professor Borov or Prof. Raffi. Okay, bye, sir.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Haris, for your response. And then for Professor Sabirov or Professor Asmi, do you want to respond for this question? How to one of the threat in the digital era is intellectual laziness. How to overcome this one?
Yeah, we can answer for this one. Actually, in Uzbekistan case, this is also happening because of the access to the information nowadays, reducing some points like critical thinking of people, problem solving, and deep learning. So in order to develop these, let's say, features of intellectual laziness, I have some my own ideas. The first thing is we need to improve critical thinking practices. There should be open-ended questions and problem-solving exercises at universities. For example, we are doing. The second is promote self-directed learning. There should be some exploring interests and reflecting on what has been learned before. We have two self-directed learning requirements, setting goals by different platforms in order to make people or young people to encourage reflection of deep learning. So if there is no deep learning, they cannot summarize and analyze information. For example, me, I am as editor-in-chief of the journal. When we check papers submitted by authors, we can see that there is artificial intelligence detection. We have seen that they have already, let's say, used GPT to write the paper, to make analysis. But if they do not know deep learning and if they do not have critical thinking, let's say, practices, they cannot paraphrase what they got, let's say, from GPT. If they have paraphrasing by their own points and horizon, so we can accept that paper. But when there is just copy and paste and no analysis, so we have to reject this paper. The next one is incorporate active learning tactics or techniques. By what I mean by this is that while using methods like flipped classrooms, debates, role playing, hand-on projects, these all can improve their ideas because of access on the data, these kind of features can help us to improve the learners and, let's say, researchers ideas and features. Otherwise, they will be, as question is given correctly, they can be easily lazy and they will not have curiosity, no inquiry, and there is no lifelong learning. They will just try to get copy from GPT and other points. If we use this one and do teach metacognitive skills or incorporate collaborative learning, I think these features can help us a lot to make better interaction among researchers and they will avoid laziness. This is my humble, let's say, idea or recommendation for them.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Professor Sabiro, for your recommendation. And then we are waiting for Professor Aspi to suggest us how to be a creative teacher.
Okay, thank
To-
you very much, Madam Moderator. What we do here in, for example, in our universities, in order to encourage these innovations and so on, of course, in terms of teaching and learning, normally we look more on the cognitive, we look on the affective domain and also on the psychomotor. So as much as possible, we need to go away from the cognitive. It means that we need to go away from just keep question asking, for example, like what is that, how to define this kind of what they call common question. But we need to migrate in terms of teaching and learning more towards, we call it here, the WBL, the work-based learning. Yeah, work-based learning as much as possible. So of course, this will be, we could actually share the learning more on the project-based learning. We could share more on the real-life working experience, for example. Yeah, and we can actually share the real innovations with the student. In fact, we also encourage the student to have more project-based learning rather than just the classroom exercises and so on. So in order to do that, and then we can what they call encourage innovation, like Professor Subirov. Then we can go away the problem of the student like getting the information from ChatGPT and so on. Yeah. So in fact now the lecturers also need to be a bit more creative in order to avoid students taking the information from the internet. Yeah. So I think the WBL one of the options actually we should do and encourage more. I would like to mention one more thing. Of course, this is quite important, in terms of the threat. I think it was asked about the threat. We need to, of course, I'm not sure about Indonesia or even Uzbekistan, but in Malaysia now, we are very strict in terms of the PDPA. Yeah, the PDPA means the Personal Data Protection Act. Yeah, Personal Data Protection Act. In case of Malaysia Act 2010 and also 2013, and there are a lot of amendments to make sure that in terms of the data protection and so on is basically protected. We cannot just simply publish somebody else images, pictures, and so on without the permissions. We cannot just simply what do you call this? Convey the result of somebody without the permission. So we need to make sure that this PDPA is come enforced and becomes very strict. So this is basically the two things that I would like to respond.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Asmi. Yeah, okay, and then it will motivate us as a teacher to be creative teacher, yeah, because digital transformation technology is not a main tool for teaching, but it is just an assistant for us. So we have to be creative teacher to create how the class being force the student to be critical thinking, problem solving, and then we force them to do a debate or role playing. Yeah, so I think it is very interesting and challenging for all teachers how to make the student not being depend much to the technology. Okay, thanks for all speaker for your response. And then for the audience, do you have any question for the speakers? If you want to ask a question directly, you may raise your hand. Yeah, okay. So while waiting for the audience asking directly to the speaker, yeah, we have a question in the chat box from Laksinta Dewi. Her question is for all speaker. Yeah, it is addressed for all speaker. What is the role of education and training in preparing the workforce for the digital economy era? And what are the main trends that drive the transformation of the digital economy right now? So it seems that there are two questions. And it is addressed for all speakers. And then please, Dr. Haris or Professor Asmi or Professor Sabirov to respond to this question.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, okay. So you may check also in the chat box, Professor Sabirov.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, okay. So for all speakers, what is the role of education and training in preparing the workforce for the digital economy era? So it means what is the effort of the university to prepare the student to face the digital economy era? And then for the second one is the main trend. What are the main trends that drive the transformation of the digital economy right now? Okay, we'll respond this question first. Maybe Dr. Haris or Professor Asmi or Professor Sabiro.
Okay, I will answer the question first. Okay, thank you. So actually, talking about the role of education and training in preparing the workforce. Actually, yes, today this is the time, the era of all things by digital things. I mean, like like I give you the example, like Ruang Guru here in Indonesia, and also Twitter, and also the others, and also was it Zenius and the etc. So I mean, yeah, I think this is regarding about the system, actually, about how to teach them by not only by the professional way but also by the online way, yeah, right? So I think we have the option to do that, and each other make it our better to make it happen. Okay, so I mean, this is a kind of things to do that to workforce. Actually, it will boost all of them, and of course about the training, and also was it the socialization for using the system like this. I think it have to be what it to it have to be to increase. So I mean, this is the kind of scheduling things that so the university, like us as academicians as well, so we need to make it regularly to do these things again. Okay, and then how about the main trends I think, yeah, I think today talking about education, and also about was it the viral things. I think today is like you for hype situation. So I mean, like Gen Z, Gen Z of Z, and also millennial. That's the main trends today. So I mean, how to treat them as the object. Actually, we need some special action to do it. So I mean, how they take the lesson for us, how they take the training to make it them better. I think this is a kind of this is a kind of challenging situation. So I think this is very important for us to understand what is the characteristic of Gen Z, because today they are very viral, and also how to make how to understand about them, and also how to teach them better and better, because this is quite challenging, and there are many things that they think we think that it is not enough to educate them like that. Okay, I think that's my perspective. Okay, thank you.
Can I add something, moderator?
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Dr. Harris, for your explanation. And then maybe Professor Sabirov or Professor Asmi, do you want to add more?
Yes, I would like to add more. Thanks to Dr. Harris' comments, I would like to give you one more, let's say, extra information. So, except teaching at university, you have not seen my CV that I was doing a business. So, I am running my boutique hotel in my city. But when I am teaching at university, let's say subject call it tourism, students, they have to get knowledge of digitalization. So imagine student is coming to my hotel as a worker, let's say as a receptionist or in the department of marketing. So if they just have theoretical knowledge but not practical, I will not give them, let's say, job opportunity. Why I teach at university is that I would like to transmit my practical knowledge to, let's say, theoretical one, while mixing both of them. So while teaching, I try to help students to get what is in real world nowadays the scenery. If they understand real world, let's say, practices, they can understand when after finishing university where they will go and what kind of skills they need. So why I am giving my case, the role of education and training to prepare our young people for the digital, let's say, or digitalization is very important. So education should help them to give better development of the digital literacy. This is not just working with laptop or social media. There are some basic skills that they need to know. There are some applications and softwares that they need to use when they go to daily workplaces. Also, there are some, as I said, cyber security awareness that they need to understand when they work in some areas. And teaching of 21st century skills, very important. I think we have already discussed about this one. It is communication skill or collaboration skills, adaptivity, and let's say learning. Also creativity, very important. And these are all cannot be given by theoretical skills. We need to work over practical skills, and comparison should be there. So this all could be done by the help of education. And the first question was about the second question was about main trends of digital transformation and some data. We have today heard about three different presentations, and on all these three presentations, the main points were artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, data analysis, let's say cybersecurity, and blockchain kind of things. And all of these are very important and trend now, as moderator has also stated, not just for economy, not just for other sectors, but also for other social science, life sciences. Nowadays, these trends are very popular, and each of us, each student, should know how to use, let's say, these features. Otherwise, they will not be up to date. So these are real, let's say, practical answers of me according these two questions by, let's say, participant of this today's webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Sabiro. And then for Professor Asmi,
Just
you
okay, thank you. Just a simple answer. Of course, the role of education and training, we cannot run away. This is quite important. Still, will play very important role. Like I did mention much earlier, even our universities, we again focus we call it the hands-on training. Whenever actually we do, is always the skills training will be carried out together with the theoretical portion. So we have to look at, normally we will divide the work, probably 60% maybe theoretical, and then maybe 40% on the practical or hands-on training. And we have to encourage more and more. Yeah, that is one. And then like I did mention much earlier, in terms of the digital economy also, we from now on, we cannot just look at from the economic efficiency, or sometimes this economic efficiency model, we call it just in time. Yeah, just in time model. But now we need to shift to the economic security now. Yeah, because of the current situations, the economic security in terms of just in case. It means that we are just in case model. It means that we need to be ready because of what's happening in the future, in the next, maybe next month, next year, or maybe in the next 1 or 2 years. What will happen? How actually we could react quickly. Give me an example. For example, nobody expect, for example, like COVID-19 will come and stop the whole world, and then how actually we react this. No, so these are the things that actually we need to be ready, even in our education also, yeah, to make sure that our youth, be ready from the context of the economic security. That is one. And then the trend, the question asking about the trend, of course, from our perspective, now people, we are going towards, we call it net zero. We talk about the electric vehicles, we talk about the AI, this the thing, basically the trend, the way forward for the country. In fact, we also inform the academic perspective and so on. We need to be ready with our youth on this area. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Madam Moderator.
Yeah, okay, thanks a lot for Professor Sobirov and also Professor Asmi and also Dr. Harris for your comprehensive response to the question. Okay, it is kind of challenging for the university how to prepare the student before they graduate from the university in order they can ready to face the digital era. Okay, and then for the audience who want to ask directly to the speaker, is there any audience who want to ask directly? Yeah.
If the
May
audience
I
would like
have
to
a
speak
question?
in Bahasa Indonesia also can, I can answer it.
Ms. Indah,
Not
may I have
necessary
my
in-
question?
Yeah, okay, Pak Mr. Suhaji, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Indah. My name is Suhaji from FEB department. I would like to have a question with to Mr. Professor Asmi from Malaysia. In the world of digital economy, I think that cooperation between universities around the world is very necessary. We know that as a lecturer, we must carry out or do some activities, what we call Tridharma perguruan tinggi in Indonesia, or three basic activities in higher education, namely education, research, and something like community shapers. My question is, what can we do to carry out or do these activities by collaborating with the University Malaysia of Kuala Lumpur, for example? Thank you.
Shall I respond now?
Yeah, okay, please, Professor Asmi.
Okay, thank you, Madam. Okay, this is, of course, is ongoing, and in fact, we are very welcome the cooperation between Malaysian University and Indonesia. We have been doing it for many years on various area. I think probably the immediate and maybe the simplest we can have like a students exchange between the universities. We have a program like the student mobility. It can be as short as maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Attachment from one university. Our student can go to Indonesia or vice versa. In fact, in our university here in joint publication. Okay. Anyway, I think probably Professor Suvorov also can add in. I think this is quite.
I would like to add one more point, Professor Azmi. The point is now Malaysia and Indonesia is far from Central Asia. So when I travel to Kuala Lumpur or directly from Tashkent, we have got flights to Jakarta. It takes 9 hours. So when we make collaboration and let's say exchange of students, always we have problems, but it's easy to collaborate with Malaysia and Indonesia due to our similar religion, due to our lifestyle. So there are many students at our university from Malaysia and Indonesia studying in Uzbekistan. And the same as you noticed, there are many students from Uzbekistan already in Malaysia, for example.
Yes.
So what,
yes,
as you said, there should be there is a question in chat to me. They're asking that Indonesia is located in the middle or among oceans, and it is difficult to move and integrate in order to get technologies from abroad. Actually, yes, because mostly you are making partnership with Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and let's say Indonesia, but Uzbekistan or Central Asia is always ready to make online platforms, to make short courses, to make integration, and even we have already infrastructure like Batik Air, for example, has been operating from Bali to Malaysia or from Malaysia to Uzbekistan, and it is easy nowadays due to tourism and education availability and accessibility is available. But the point is just integration between education in order to share ideas. So thanks to this today's webinar, we are connected and giving our ideas according to transformation of economics, let's say on education and other sectors. But if we make online platforms, joint publications, seminars, trainings, not just between professors, but also between, let's say, or among students, graduates, researchers, I think it will help a lot to know about countries. There are some people, when I call about Al-Bukhari, they know, but they don't know about Central Asia. So we need to make more these kind of programs in order to integrate what kind of applications are available or developing in our region, what you have got there, outcomes and let's say shortcomings we can share among these, let's say, seminars and trainings or debates or discussions, and all these will be very effective to learn from each other. And we are ready to make collaboration with all universities from Malaysia and Indonesia. Already we have partnership with more than 50 universities under the program called Silk Road Research Network. It was initiated by Umsida Sidoarjo University, and in 20th of November, there is a plan of visiting in Indonesia to make with more than 40 universities in Jawa, in Surabaya, to make better collaboration with Central Asia and Indonesian universities. And Dr. Azmi, we also invite Malaysian universities to join on this program in order to make exchange of all ideas. Thank you. Maybe we can share our numbers and discuss in detail in WhatsApp.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for Professor Sabirov and also Professor Aziz for your offering. Yeah, maybe after we finish this event, there will be a follow-up event. Yeah, for example, student exchange, or maybe we are collaboration in research and community service. Yeah, and then maybe it will be follow up by our rector. Yeah, because I think it is very useful for our students and also for the lecturer, because it is not time for competition, but it is kind of collaboration.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for the offering, Professor. And then, I think we have one more question. Yeah, because the time is almost over. Yeah, one question from Stefan. Okay, it is addressed for Professor Sabirov. Yeah. We have the maybe Professor Sabirov, you may look at the question in the chat box.
I read already the question. Main problem of equal distribution of technological progress. Yes, about this one. Am I right? So,
Yeah, because the condition of Indonesia is different. Yeah, because we consist of many islands. So,
yeah. I have been already, as I said you, and I think we need to develop infrastructure for connectivity. For example, with Asia, Malaysia could be, let's say, hub. Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia can make one hub, and they can collaborate with Uzbekistan and other one. And for Central Asia, the same. You have, for example, many lakes, many islands, but here in Central Asia, we have many mountains. So it's also difficult for us to go to the water. For you, from water to go to other, let's say, places, very difficult. For us, vice versa. So we are also making hub. We are making direct, let's say, infrastructure with other parts. For example, from Uzbekistan, direct flights are available to London, to USA, to Asia or other parts, but other countries nearby integrating into each other. So the next point is using renewable energy. As the question stated, that you have got resources, many mountains, many, let's say, green, let's say, ecology. In order to save this one, we are using renewable energy. And as I already visited your place, you're also doing this one, but if you use better, it would be, I think, very effective. Moreover, we should use education to make capacity building, as we have already discussed before. I have already read about this question, and I wanted to give in my previous comment about this one. So I am fulfilling this question that we need to pay attention more on digital literacy. And the digital literacy, when I was giving as a keynote speaker, let's say my speech or as a guest lecture, I see that many people in Indonesia do not pay attention on learning English language. So they need to have language proficiency, as moderator has already mentioned, that this integration of digitalization in order to be keep in touch with modern cutting edge technologies, they all should know language. It should be at least B1, otherwise they cannot communicate and interact. So we need to make it as compulsory. In Uzbekistan now, when you get admission at universities, there is IELTS, English language, let's say, proficiency test certificates that you need to have at least B1 level. Otherwise, you cannot integrate. And these kind of features, there could be innovation hubs, there could be many points. As you said, there is a time limitation. We are ready to communicate with, let's say, participant according to this question in detail on WhatsApp. And there are many ideas that we are using in Uzbekistan that you can also integrate in Indonesian case. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Professor Sabiro. Okay,
Welcome.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Actually, maybe there are plenty of questions that will be addressed by all of the speakers, but because of the limitation of time, I think we have to end the session. And then, thank you, Dr. Haris Arizonia. Thank you for Professor Asmi, and then also Professor Sobirov for your comprehensive, insightful, and fruitful presentation. It will give us a motivation to do better as a lecturer. Yeah, and then for ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we have finally come to the end part of this discussion with the title of Digital Economic Transformation, Strategies and Innovation for the Future. And before I end the session, yeah, I ask the audience to give applause to all three speakers.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And then also I say thank you to all of the audience for your enthusiastic and also for question. And then I hope that after this event, there will be a follow-up collaboration between Malaysia and Uzbekistan. Yeah, and then maybe after this event, there will be another event organized by Aki University.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, Professor.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. And then we go on to the end of this discussion. And then thank you for your attention and participation. And then now I give it back the floor to the Master of Ceremony. Over to you, Ms. Anastasia.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Ender Fianti, SHM Home. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for the engaging question and discussion. I would like to remind everyone that seminar is part of our efforts to enhance our knowledge, especially in economy and technology, to be more adaptable in transformation era. We hope that the knowledge shared today will be valuable in your respective fields. Before we close the webinar, we will have a photo session. So please to our honorable speaker and all the participants to turn on your camera and let's smile.
Foto. Yeah, Pak.
Once again, to all the participants, please turn on your camera. Okay. So there are 12 slides in here. So we move to the first slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the second slide. Keep smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the third slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the fourth slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all. Thank you. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all our speakers and participants and also the organizing committee for making this event a success. And I would like to inform to all the participants, don't forget to fill the attendance forms, and the material can be accessed on the link drive on the chat box. And the master of ceremony will be signed out. Thank you and see you for the next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank
Thank you, Prof. Asmi. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Gugur. See you next time.
We will meet. I hope we meet.
Terima kasih.